nakatatak ang kauna-unahang himpilan sa paghahatid ng serbisyo publiko at balita. Ito ang Radio Mindanao Networks. Higit 6 na dekada sa paglilingkod sa masang Pilipino. Sa Metro Manila, ito ang DZXL 558 Radyo Trabaho, ang inyong gabay sa hanap buhay.
Philippine Standard Time, it's 10:09.
Ang mga susunod na opinyon at komentaryo ng programang Sapagkat Mahal Kita ay sariling paninindigan at saloobin ng program anchor at hindi kumakatawan sa posisyon ng DZXL RMN Manila. Sapagkat Mahal Kita, Mahal Kita. Filipinos in America, kumusta na sila? Ano ang kanilang istorya?
Yeah, naririnig kayo, Congresswoman dito sa New York area. Can you hear our audio?
Naririnig ko po kayo.
Tingin ng boses, pananaw, saloobin ng mga kababayan natin nasa ibang bansa sa iba't ibang issue sa kanilang pinakamamahal na bayang Pilipinas.
Saan kukuha ng ikabubuhay ang mga mahihirap na ito?
Sapagkat mahal kita, kasama patikang radio broadcaster na si Don Lino Celie mula sa Amerika at co-host na si Lourdes Escaros. Maririnig ng live sa WRMN New York, USA at worldwide sa pamamagitan ng Facebook at sa YouTube. RMN News Nationwide, the sound of the nation. Sapagkat mahal kita, sapagkat mahal kita. Tuwing linggo, alas 10 hanggang alas 11 ng umaga dito sa Himpilang Extra Large sa komentaryo DZXL 558.
I'm coming home to stay. Maraming beses na kitang nilayasan, iniwanan at parang babaeng ang hirap talagang malimutan. Ikaw lamang ang aking laging pinabalikan.
Tingin ng boses.
Manila.
Good morning, Metro Manila. Good morning, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and the world. How are you doing? Forward on behalf of Radyoman Lourdes Escaros, Radyoman Ronnie Ramos here on the Philippine side, and of course, we still have on America's side, Don Lino Celie. Good morning and good evening there, Don Lino.
Magandang umaga dyan sa inyo, Ronnie.
Yes, sir.
Sa Pilipinas at good evening here in the United States. Dito, sapagkat mahal kita, Pilipinas, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Bago kami magsimula ni Ronnie Ramos, nais ko lang kung magparating sa mga kaibigan, sa mga kamag-anakan, dahil I don't think he was married. Isa pong napakabait na Pilipino ang nawalan ng buhay dahil sa coronavirus. At siya ay naglingkod sa isang kinikilala at malaking U.S. medical center dito sa North America. I'm referring to Jesus Luz na taga Metro Manila. Nakakalungkot because I know him. You know, I've met the guy twice. You know, nagkataon na ang aking ginang ay vice presidente ng kanilang medical center. I'm referring to Holy Name Medical Center dito sa East Coast. Nakakalungkot, Ronnie, sapagkat I think ang edad niya in the middle 50s pa lang eh. You know,
Bata pa.
bata pa, my goodness, you know, to hear that kind of you know, balita, nakaka-shock.
Right.
You know, nakaka-shock. I don't know. You know, I'm kind of a little bit taken by this. You know, hindi ko matiis kasi mabait na tao siya, Ronnie. He's so nice. And before na siya ay magkasakit ng coronavirus, nanalo pa siya doon sa medical center.
Mm-hmm.
Nanalo siya ng lottery. Yung mga, alam mo na, palaro-palaro ng mga empleyado dahil nga para sumigla naman ang mga frontliners. Kapagkat isa siya sa mga frontliners. You know, nandoon siya sa medical field. You know,
Right.
so nanalo siya. Ang ginawa, sa halip na kunin niya yung salapi lahat, wala siyang itinira. Ibinigay niya lahat yung salapi doon sa kanyang mga kaibigan sa medical centers at kung saan man maibibigay yung pera. Ganun siya kabait na tao. You know?
Oo.
At every time na nakikita ko yan, kapag ako'y nagagawi doon sa Holy Name Medical Center, dito sa New Jersey, ang tawag niya sa akin ay Kalino, you know, because I'm couple of or 3 years older than him, I think. Oh, Kalino, kamusta na, Kalino? You know, I mean, you know. There was one time nang ako ay medyo nagkaroon ng minor surgery. Siya ang nagsakay sa akin doon sa, sa stretcher. Personal niya akong kinalaro sa malapit sa paparadahan ng aking sasakyan.
Sa parking area. Parking lot.
Yeah, you know, malaking medical center kasi yun eh.
Right.
You know, so I enjoyed talking to him. You know, we were in the elevator and he knows about WRMN radio and he used to listen about, you know, this broadcast station since 1990s. So, pinaabot kong bumuli, lalo na yung mga nandito sa Metropolitan, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. I know you know Jesus Villaluz, sa taga Metro Manila. You know, I have some source na sinasabi na taga Bulacan siya. Pero para sigurado, Metro Manila na lang. And he passed away dahil nga sa nangyari na siya ay tinamaan ng coronavirus. My God.
Our condolences. Yes.
Huh? Go right ahead.
Yeah, I said our condolences through for in behalf of RMN and WRMN na kikiramay tayo doon sa mga naiwan ng ating kaibigan doktor na yan.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, anyway, he was not a doctor. I think he was one of those nurses. You know,
medical
doctor siya,
yes.
pero ang kanyang profesyon ay nursing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nevertheless, kasama siya sa front liner na dito ay ipinagsisigawan ng mga gobernador ng New York, ng New Jersey, ng Connecticut, ng Pennsylvania na talagang pasalamatan at palakpakan. Talagang literally ay pinapalakpakan kapag nagpapalit ng ship. Kagaya halimbawa sa New York, pag nakikita sila ng mga mamamayan and naglalakad na sila palabas, nagpapalakpakan ng mga, you know, Amerikano, immigrant, because without these doctors, nurses aid, and all those, Sino ang mag-aaruga sa dami ng suliranin na dulot nitong karampas na coronavirus na yan, especially sa New York.
Mm-mm.
Because New York, mas mataas pa ngayon ang bilang kung iyahambing mo sa sinasabi nilang mga nadisgrasya sa China na doon ko sisimulan ito.
Mm-mm.
I would be objective, very sensitive ito, because now, for the first time, ang Pangulo ng Amerika, Donald Trump, nagbigay ng medyo panayad na senyales sa China. Nalulungkot siya dahil hindi raw ibinigay ng China ang lahat ng impormasyon ng kasalukuyang lumalaganap na ang coronavirus sa Wuhan. Doon sa Hubei. Doon sa kanila, sa China.
Mm-mm.
Pagamat, nung nalaman ni US President Trump yun na may problema ron, sinaran niya kagad ang entrada rito sa Amerika ng mga Chinese. But that's not enough. What they should have done ay ipinadala dapat nila sa Center for Disease Control and Prevention, sa CDC, yung mga data, yung mga kailangang malaman kung paano nagsimula yung karampas na coronavirus. Nagsinungaling sila ngayon. Makita mo, next week, papakpakan nito ng mainstream newspapers. Dito pa lang, inuumpisahan ko na. Napagkat last week, inuumpisahan ko na eh. Kumalat na. At ito ay pag-uusapan bukas dito, Sunday, sapagkat una kayo dyan ng 12 oras. Sinusugsug na ngayon ito, Ronnie.
Oo.
Saan ang galingan niya yan? Doon sa laboratorio o doon sa tindahan ni Aling Tinding doon sa Wuhan? Anyway, pakinggan natin itong isang national security advisor formerly na kinikilala rito. I wouldn't say his name for security reason, pero ito ang kanyang pinarating kay US President Trump.
Because their contention is that the U.S. Army spread the coronavirus to China. And to pursue these claims, which is really to hurt relations with the U.S., is the last thing that Beijing should be doing. But this shows that there is a real problem in the political system in China right now, that they're doing something which most probably undercuts their own interest. This is a sign of intense infighting at the top of the Communist Party. China's a big place. It's 1.4 or 1.3 billion people. I think that there is a small portion of the population where this will resonate, a very nationalistic, generally young population. But most people in China right now are white-hot angry at the Communist Party because of mishandling the coronavirus, and they're also suffering from a downturn, a contraction of the Chinese economy. The thing that's important, though, is that we're starting to see hints of a second wave of infection in China. The statistics that China is releasing indicate an uptick in infections. They say they're all imported, but that's not to be believed. And it would make sense that there would be the second wave because they have prematurely gotten people back to their job sites, back to theaters and the rest of it. So it's probable that it is starting to infect China again.
To infect China again, which is considered a second wave.
Mm-mm.
Mga nakikinig sa inyo nang hindi masyadong batala sa Ingles, ang sinasabi dito, itong narinig nyo na nakarating matulin na matulin sapagkat narinig ni US President Trump yung exclusive interview na yan na magkakaroon daw ng rest back pa. Now, if that's the case, this is criminal. Kaya nagsalita na si Trump, Ronnie, before I ask you some questions. Let me throw some of Trump's disappointment dito sa nangyari na yan.
We really don't know. How do we know whether they underreported or reported however they report? The numbers seem to be a little bit on the light side, and I'm being nice when I say that, relative to what we witnessed and what was reported.
How severe is this? I mean, now China is saying that the number of deaths have slowed down, the number of cases have slowed down. Can we believe anything?
I mean, their numbers are ludicrous. They say 80,000 cases and 3,000 deaths. I think you could easily add a zero to each of those numbers. But really, we're just guessing. I mean, this is the problem with China, is they're so opaque. Not only have they lied about this consistently, they demonized, imprisoned, possibly even killed some of the doctors who revealed this early on. They kicked out American reporters, kicked out Western reporters. So now they say they're over the hump, and frankly, given what they went through, and given the course of the waves in other countries, that may be true, but you just can't take that on faith that it's true.
So how did it start? You know, I mean, there's a lot of people who've been on this program, Senator Tom Cotton, Senator Marco Rubio, who continue to point to this bio lab where they're looking and studying disease like the coronavirus as perhaps that being the originating place as opposed to an open market. Is that why they keep hiding things, that they don't want to admit either a mistake or however it happened, it got out of that lab?
Ganon ang sistema ho sa mga nakikinig. Ipaliwanag ko sa inyo na ang sinasabi rito na hindi naniniwala ang mga eksperto rito, lalo na yung mga nasa intelligence community ng United States, na yung pinagsimulan ng coronavirus na lumabas ng kusa sa Wuhan ay nanggaling doon sa merkado nila, sa market. No. Nobody can believe that. Kasi talagang meron hong level 4 bio warfare laboratory doon sa Wuhan. Nag-iisa lang ho yun. Now, paano nakalabas yun doon? At ngayon, sinasabi nila na, okay na kami ngayon dito sa China. Nagkaroon na ng straight line. Ang ibig sabihin, hindi na sila nagre-report for the past 2 weeks ng mga nai-infeksyon. Pero itong nakaraang mga araw, nagbigay ng press release ang Politburo. Siyempre, kontrolado nila yung dyaryo na yon, na meron na naman daw na umuusbong at kumakalat ng mga coronavirus dun uli sa Wuhan, sapagkat binuksan na nila ang pagninegosyo doon sa lugar na yon. At ang sinisisi nila, dalawa. Ang naghatid daw doon sa Wuhan ng pamuksang yan, weaponized biowarfare na ang U.S. Army. It's funny. At ngayon, ang sinisisi ngayon ng mga turista na nakapupunta na ngayon doon kasi may mga negosyo sila ron. Kaya ang tinatanong dito, if that is the case, the United States must act. Kaya nalulungkot si Trump at pati yung doktora na si Dr. Ifen na nag-expose nito, nakasama noong reporter, na akala natin basta dinala lang at ikinulong, yung reporter, wala na, tepok na yon. Nagkasakit daw sa kulungan ng coronavirus. Well, how about Dr. Ifen? You know, na sinasabi niya doon sa mga estudyante niya na we have to work on this. We have to find out kung saan nanggaling yung, kung galing man sa paniki, kung galing man sa pusa, kung saan nagpa-interview yung kawawang doktora. Fen. AI Fen ang kanyang pangalan. Ngayon, narito yung parting yan.
China, as well as any American, you've spent an enormous amount of time there, working and studying and working there as well, as I said. What do you think happened to Dr. Fen?
Well, in both cases, the doctors tried to make public information that makes the Communist Party of China look bad. That is a crime in China. It's a crime. So Dr. Li was taken down to the police station and forced to recant his true statements. This is part of a much larger problem that whenever you become a China expert, Martha, the first thing you're taught is about Chinese belief in the power of deception. That nobody ever tells the truth. Everything is done for a principle, a larger goal. And that seems to be what's going on. These doctors got in the way. They, because they're medically trained, maybe they respond to Western values, they think telling the truth will help the whole world to combat the virus better. There's several specific things that we now know China was lying about. Probably the most shocking was when they told the WHO January 12th, there's no human-to-human transfer with this virus. So many people postponed social distancing based on that statement. It was taken back later on when it was proved to be false. But this is part of Chinese expert 101, that they just don't tell the truth.
You know,
Yan ang sinasabi. Ang ibig sabihin lang nun, basic course sa mga paaralan sa kolehiyo 101. Kumbaga sa Tagalog, hindi na iniisip yun. Pambata yun. Nasasabihin nila na hindi magkakaroon ng community transmission. Hindi nila ibinigay kagad kahit dyan sa inyo sa Pilipinas. Ayan ang nangyayari ngayon sa inyo. Palala ng palala. I'm monitoring what's going on there. At dito naman, sinasabi ni US President Trump, we will open business here within couple of weeks. Makalipas lang ang Lenten season. Dahil hindi natin pwede anyang saran forever ang pagninegosyo ng Amerika. Maraming lulubog na mga bansa. Tayo hindi, sabi niya. Pero maraming masasaktan sa Europa, sa Australia, kung saan-saan. And China itself. At narinig yun, sabi, nung isang taga-NSA, which I cannot, reveal his name, na ini-interview ni Martha McCallum, and the other one was Maria Bartiromo. Those are exclusive interviews na talagang pinag-uukulan ng mga malalaking pahayagan, including the Wall Street Journal, Barron, and all that. Yung mga CNN, CNN tabloid dyan, tsaka MSNBC. Ito talagang alam namin na accurate sapagkat yung mga tao mismo ang nagsasalita. Question. In my mind, ang populasyon ng China ho is 1.3 or 1.4 billion na mga katao. Maniwala ba kayo na 4,000 lang ang namatay doon? At bakit nung unang sigwada walang namatay sa Beijing? 100 miles lang ang layo nun sa Wuhan. So Samantalang ang Italia, wala pang 10 milyon ang populasyon. Lakpas-lakpasan na sa kisame ang mga nangamatay. Dahil nga ang Judas, pardon my French, ang Judas na China na komunista, hindi sinasabi ang katotohanan. Kaya I think starting next week, kaya sinasabi ni US President Trump, it's going to be very difficult. Sabi niya, humanda kayong lahat. Ano yung decision na yon? We do not know. Sapagkat nagagalit si Trump. Iba ugali ni Trump. You know? I'm just saying this based on my a little personal knowledge about him. You know? He thinks like an Italian. He will make friends with you. And he knows you're the enemy. At hindi niya iintindihin yung talagang mga kaibigan niya dahil kaibigan niya yun eh. Ito, napatunayan ngayon na nagsisinungaling ang China. Lahat naman niya pagsisinungaling ang ginagawa niyan eh. Oh, just sa inyo, sa West Philippine Sea. Dahil sa hunghang na si former President Obama, ewan ko kung anong nasumpungan at pinalambot ang pakikisama dyan sa mga komunistang China nga yan. Nakapaligid sa inyo ngayon yung mga isla riyan. At hindi rin maglalagay ng mga radar and all that. Okay. Ang hindi lang nila magalaw ang mga dumadaan na barko ng Amerika. Sapagkat dinetain sila, magpaputok kayo. Yun lang ang sinasabi, magpaputok lang kayo. Tignan natin kung anong mangyayari. See what's gonna happen. So, tanong ko sa iyo, in your own opinion, can you accept the fact, Ronnie, na ang populasyon ng China ay 1.3 or 1.4 billion at ang tinamaan lang sa kanila a little bit more than 4,000. At kung ikukumpara mo dito sa Amerika ngayon, by Sus Maria Josep, sa buong Amerika, natalo na ang China sa mga nasawi. Now, how do you explain that? What do you think is the motivo, the motive of, these communist Chinese, Ronnie?
Well, in regards to that, I cannot make any comment on it. However, with the numbers of fatality between U.S. and China, if I remember it right, some Filipinos in China even told us, I don't know if they're telling us the truth or what, right? So they're telling us that when coronavirus started and became deadlier, especially in Hubei, so they started closing the whole region or the whole province, and no one is allowed to exit or no one is allowed to enter, no matter what, so that they can contain the virus within the province. And well, it might be true somehow. I wasn't there, so I don't know what's really happened. Because news, maybe, as you were saying, or as President Trump is saying, they can even add like a zero to the numbers of those what died and affected by the virus there in China, right? So.
And the next question: What happened to the 5 million population na biglang nag-disappear doon? Na in-expose nung reporter na I will say pinatay nila. Reporter yon.
Oo.
Nag-report 5 million ang nagpulasan. I'm
And
sure you
flew
understand
anywhere.
the word pulasan. You know,
And
the onset ng sakit,
Mm-mm.
5 milyong kagad ang umalis ng Wuhan. Nasa saan na ngayon yun? Some of them went overseas. Some of them nagpunta sa mga iba-ibang bahagi ng China. Kaya imposible na 4,000 mahigit lang ang mga natoda sa kanila. You see? Now, the problem is New Year's year yun
That's almost New Year in China.
in China.
Mm-mm.
Kaya maraming dahilan para lumipad ang mga Chinese na yon na carrier, yung mga sa mga nakikinig po, ang ibig sabihin ng carrier, may dala-dala, parang kartero yun, may dala-dalang sakit.
Infected.
Infected.
Yes.
Kalat sa buong mundo ngayon. Kaya buong mundo, more than 200 countries now, you know. Malaking responsibilidad dito ng China. Kaya binibigay ko sa inyo yung mga sensitive na dapat yung malaman dyan sa Pilipinas because I'm monitoring your media with all due respect. I don't see this kind of, reports. Iba-iba pinagtutuunan nyo, which is good, yung mga COVID-19, kung anong bibigay na pera, kung ano lang naman ang ginagawa rito sa Amerika, yun lang ginagawa nyo riyan eh. Bigyan ng pera, $2 trillion. Okay, saan gagamitin? Ganon. Na mamaya, meron ako iparirinig sa'yo na bakit nagkakaganon? Hanggang ngayon pala, nagkakagulo-gulo yung mga tao. Hindi nabibigyan yung mga iba. Now, I don't think that's happening all over the Philippines, but pakinggan mo itong try to listen to this. This is an actual ex-CIA operative. Matagal siyang na-assign sa Wuhan. Kaya alam niya kung ano ang, sistema dun sa laboratorio na yon.
That China could be using biological weapons. Of course, they're a signature in the convention that says they won't use them, but the State Department voiced some concerns last year. We do know that the Beijing laboratory did leak some SARS virus a couple of different times. So there's reasons that suggest right now we can make that conclusion about this particular new coronavirus. So right now I think we should be suspicious. We should do some investigating. No, I think we're going to see a lot more infections coming out of this with 5 million people that have left the epicenter of the outbreak with a 2-week incubation period. There are people that are all over the world probably now that may have been exposed. We just need to be very cautious going forward. People in America should know that just standard precautions are very protective. So washing your hands, covering your mouth when you cough, and then washing your hand. Those kinds of things are very protective. It's a respiratory droplet that transmits this disease. So we can be cautious. We can contain it, but those 5 million people are all over the globe now.
Yun ang sinasabi ko sa iyo kanina, Ronnie. 5 million people. And I could be quoted here on the record that that's an ex-CIA. Tumira siya ron. Last year lang siya umuwi. Siyempre, American. Ngayon, nagsasama-sama na. Para ibulgar na kung anong, kabalbalan ng ginawa ng mga sinungaling ng mga komunistang inchik na yan. It's all over the world. I mean, what's their intention? Como pa sila tinaripahan ng Amerika? Kakalabanin nila Amerika, nagkakamali sila, That's a big no-no. Kaya maghihintay tayo kung anong decision ang gagawin ni US President Trump. Kanina, sa halip na magkaroon ng briefing sa CDC, we have sources na nasa US Pentagon siya. You know? My goodness.
Planning for
I
something.
hope it's not going to boil down to something that you and I and the rest of the world may witness. Go right ahead, Ronnie.
To the extent of how Trump is angry with China, what do you think he might be doing? I mean, what do you think might happen in a couple of weeks or a couple of days or maybe a week or two? Or what? At the end of the month?
Well, you know, that's a good question. As a matter of fact, there are so many options that the President of the United States, as the Commander-in-Chief, that he could do. Because everything na sinasabi ng China since the beginning of time, first of all, ang Amerika nagpayaman sa kanila. It's all BS na sinasabing sila masisipag na tao. Pinayaman lang sila ng World Trade Organization, WTO, pinabayaan sila ang Amerika. Yung mga stupidong mga naging presidente rito, pinabayaan sila, okay, meron tayong imbalance na $500 billion kada taon. Kawawa naman ng China. Nakatira sila sa mga kuweba. Kumakain ng mga panike. Kumakain ng mga aso. Kumakain ng mga palaka. Kumakain ng kung ano-ano. Kaya nga nagkaroon ng ano ron ng exotic na lugar na kung gusto mong kumain ng snake, ng kung ano-ano, yun ang tinesting na i-weaponize nila at ang nagturo sa kanila, Amerika. Kaya alam lahat ng CDC kung anong data ang kailangan ibigay nila rito. Now, with regards to your question, anong option ngayong alam na at pinag-uusapan na ngayon dito sa media, hindi lamang sa mga barberya, kundi big networks. Delikado to. You know,
Will that lead to
I
something
cannot tell
bigger?
you the capability ng, because 40% of our military is right there in the Pacific. At maraming submarino yan na nasa ilalim ng tubig. Hindi sila pwedeng makita. None. Even Russia have already admitted that. At si Putin nakikipag-usap ngayon kay Trump.
America. Russia is
Amerika,
talking to the
ayaw niya
to
kalabanin,
America.
hindi siya sasama sa gulo. Yeah, I can say that. Bakit sasama ang Russia? Sapagkat pwedeng sabihin ito sa akin lang ito. Kung gagawin ni Trump, nasasabihin, hey, Mr. Jinping, kung ang leak dyan ang gagaling sa inyo sa Wuhan, dyan sa inyong kaisa-isa na level 4 laboratory, we will incinerate the place. To save the world, to save the mankind. We cannot allow this. You're talking about second wave? No way. Whether you like it or not, we are going to incinerate that place. Meaning, nababagsakan ng
Susunugin
nuclear
na.
bomb. And mind you, they're only 1 minute away from that place. Hindi man gagaling dito ang putok. Bagamat meron na ngayong mga super nuclear bomb ang US na in 20 minutes pwedeng umikot ang mga ICBM sa buong daigdig at ang target tatamaan. Iikot pa sa mundo. How many miles na? 20,000 miles. Ngayon, yung mga nasa submarine, yun ang delikado. Kaya akong iniisip ko ito, like what I said, this is my opinion. Nababasa ko ang nasa isip ni Trump sapagkat ganun siya dumiskarte nung pinagsakan niya ng mother of all bombs ang Afghanistan. Kaya nag-resign si General Matis because he was against that. Yung highly rated na matandang general na nagpunta pa riyan sa Pilipinas, he was against Trump's decision. Kaya sabi sa kanya ni Trump, gusto kong gibayin mo yung mountain na yan dahil dyan nagtatago yung mga ISIS. At yan ang lumalaganap sa iba't ibang parte ng daigdig. I want you to drop 2 Moab, mother of all bombs. Russia, wala niyan. China, wala niyan. Ayaw ni Mati. Sabi niya, maraming tatama ang sibilyan. It's too much collateral damages. Sabi ni Trump, well, if you can do it, I'll have one of these guys do it for you. Oh, nagising na lang tayong lahat. Wala na yung mountain na yun. Patay lahat ang nando doon. I don't know kung ilang libo pinatay doon. Tahimik na. At nawasak ang pinaka-sentro ng ISIS. Yung iba ng mga nandoon sa malayong lugar, nakatakbo dyan sa inyo sa Mindanao. Actually, nagtatago dyan sa inyo sa Sulu. Our intelligence here is so powerful, they know. I've said this many times in this program. Pati hininga ng mga tao na nakikita in addition sa nakikita sa visual ng Amerika sa kanilang satellite, ang DIA, ang Defense Intelligence Agency, kung ano nagaganap doon sa isang building, naririnig nila. Kaya kung talagang titirahin, kaya sabi ko nga, kung gagamitan ng biochemical warfare ang isang bansa, it's the United States who can do it. Napakarami niyan nakakalat dito sa buong Amerika. Kaya ang Russia ayaw. Sinara niya ang border ngayon. Walang makapapasok na Chinese sa Russia. None. Nada.
Until now.
No. Wala siyang si Putin is, he's not stupid. Ano magagawa niya? Ang ABM ng Amerika nakapaligid sa kanya ron. Yun ang tinatawag na anti-ballistic missile. Pag may pumutok na ICBM galing doon sa Moscow, wala pang 5 minutes, yung pinaputok niya doon sasabog sa kanila sa Moscow. Kaya niya sinakop yung ibang mga lugar doon nung panahon ni Obama. Ngayon, for the first time, may presidente rito na talagang itinuturing siyang kaibigan pero sinasabi sa kanya, hindi uubra yung sinasabi mo yan. Pag-away kayo ng Saudi Arabia, kaya bagsak ng bagsak ang oil. Pero sinasabi rito ng mga eksperto na to get off the subject matter na maganda ito para sa mga ordinaryong mga katulad mo na may kotse, tayong lahat, pero hindi na nga bumabiyahe mga tao ngayon Pero mababa ang gasolina dahil walang kinalaman doon ng coronavirus. Sapagkat ang China ngayon, wala nang tumatakbong sasakyan doon. Kay tricycle. Because their economy is down the drain. Pero yung ibinibintang nila na US Army ang nagdala doon at para magkaroon ng ganitong salot sa buong daigdig, pinagtatawanan sila. Halatang halata na medyo hindi ayos Ang nangyayari ngayon sa buong daigdig, di lamang sa Amerika, masakit nito, ang mga Asyano katulad ng mga Pilipino, first of all, at Chinese, nadi-discriminate. Now, nagalit si Trump. Sinabi ni Trump na hindi dapat nadi-discriminate ang mga Chinese, ang mga Asyano. Kasama dyan ang mga Pilipino. Pakinggan mo to.
But right now, in the midst of this great nation, must remain united in purpose and focused on victory. To every single American, please know that the sacrifice you're making at this time is saving lives, many, many lives. It's very important that we totally protect our Asian American community in the United States and all around the world. They're amazing people, and the spreading of the virus is not their fault in any way, shape, or form. They're working closely with us to get rid of it. We will prevail together. It's very important. From the beginning, we have been working closely with our nation's best scientists and medical professionals, and we will continue to do so until we have defeated the virus. Our country wasn't built to be shut down. This is not a country that was built for this. It was not built to be shut down. My administration continues to work with Democrats and Republicans to reach an agreement on an urgent relief bill for the millions of American workers and small businesses and large businesses. America will again and soon be open for business, very soon, a lot sooner than 3 or 4 months that somebody was suggesting. A lot sooner. We cannot let the cure be worse than the problem itself. We're not going to let the cure be worse than the problem. At the end of the 15-day period, we'll make a decision as to which way we want to go, where we want to go, the timing, and essentially we're referring to the timing of the opening, essentially the opening of our country, and approve $8 billion, including money for the development of treatments and vaccines, and we're doing tremendous work on both fronts. The vaccines are coming along very quickly. Now Congress must demonstrate the same bipartisanship again and join together to pass the Senate bill as written and avoid playing any more partisan games. They have to get together and just stop with the partisan politics. And I think that's happening. I got a call a little while ago. I guess they're getting...
Narinig niyo doon sa unang bahagi na dinidepensahan niya mga Asyano. Why am I saying this? Talagang nagkakaroon ng effect. Filipino, I still yet to, receive some complaint here in WRMN radio. Pero ang Chinese, dahil may mga, sumusupport na mga establishment na taga-Taiwan, Hong Kong, na mga kaibigan ko, sinasabi na discriminate daw nila. Ang mga Amerikano na dati nilang mga kliyente umu-order sa kanila, di umuupo dahil bawal umupo sa mga restaurant ngayon, nag-disappear. Bagsak ang mga negosyo nila. Well, what's your comment on that, Ronnie?
Well, it's a kind of discrimination or racism in the part of America. Say if they have suspicions that these Chinese are doing something, probably they should file a formal complaint instead of going on a stop and buying things that came from these Chinese businessmen. If they like to eat Chinese foods, then if they have complained about it, they're suspecting that these Chinese restaurants or food manufacturer doing something to spread the virus. They should have filed a formal complaint against this, so that the American government can investigate of what these people are doing. I don't know if I'm right.
Well, kasi pag sinabi mong discrimination, hindi naman sila lalantad eh. Hindi lang tinatangkilik yung mga nasa Chinatown. Kasi bukas ang mga tindahan. Okay? Pwedeng umorder ng pizza, telepono, ipa-deliver. Okay? Dahil walang lockdown dito. There's no such thing as lockdown sa Amerika. Ayaw ni Trump noon. We're not under martial law. So, yung mga Chinese establishment na talagang dinadayo yan sa New York City. Bukas, pwedeng pumunta mga tao ron para bumili. At, pwede ba, bibili ka ng chop suey, pansit palabok, whatever, bibigay sa'yo. Bayad ka, pero hindi ka pwedeng umi-standby dun sa loob ng restaurant because ayaw ni Governor Como.
Okay.
Hindi curfew yun, hindi yun, lockdown. Ang sinasabi lang, stay home ang tawag. Stay home. So, pagkabili mo, alis ka na. Ngayon, wala na. Wala na. Hindi na tinatangkilik yung mga Chinese restaurant. Nadadali pati mga Vietnamese. Nadadali pati mga Thailanders and all that.
Is it because they're afraid of what?
They're afraid na baka yung mga tao na yon ay, kababiyahe lang o mga carrier ng kung ano, hindi mo rin masisisi.
Yeah, I know.
This is the East Coast.
But that's what I'm saying. If they're suspicious about it, or they're suspecting or afraid that these Chinese people may have, been infected by corona and is spreading it the other way around, or whether we know it or not, then they should file complaints so at least the government can make necessary and legal actions against them. Because as of now, it would be very... It will be very unfair.
I agree with you with that because hindi pa nakikialaman yon ng walang legal basis yun eh.
Right.
Na magko-complain ka dahil hindi ka tinatangkilik ng iyong dating mga kliyente. Na hindi naman sinasabing ikaw, inchi ka. Hindi na kita, tatangkiligin. Walang sinasabing gano'n.
But action speaks louder than words, Don Lino.
To do business with you, period. That's not discrimination.
Yeah, well, I don't know how you call it, but action speaks louder than words, right? So whether I'm not saying, hey, you're Chinese, I don't like your product, you're spreading...
That is different. That's discrimination.
Yes, if you say it that way. Of course,
right.
If you say it that way. But the fact that you're doing it, though you're not saying anything, so... You see, reading between the lines is almost the same.
If there's anything that I learned here in the United States in college, when it comes to discrimination, okay, yung implied, biski yung action, you cannot define that as per se discrimination. It has to be said. That's sabihin, use SOB Filipino, I don't like you. That you can file. I don't know if it's going to prosper in the court of law, that it will cost you thousands and thousands of dollars just to pay a lawyer, right? Is it worth it? What are you going to get?
Of course, nothing. But you see, what I'm saying is that not these Chinese people that I wanted to file some legal actions. But what I'm saying is those of their clients who stop buying their products, if they are afraid that these Chinese may be spreading virus or whatever, these clients may file legal actions if they are afraid, so that the government can move in.
Against who?
Against these store owners. If they're afraid, hey, you're spreading virus, so we don't want to buy anything from them. Would you like to investigate? We're filing complaint.
It works both ways. It works both ways. What will be your probable cause? What is your probable cause? What is your course of action? Na yung tindahan na yon ay kailangan ireklamo dahil natatakot ka na baka yung pagkain ay nilalagyan ng panike, nilalagyan ng pusa. I mean, it's a complicated thing. Kaya sinabi na lang ni Trump, siya na nagsalita. Okay? Siya na nagsalita.
They have to,
Tigil lahat yan.
Yes.
Huwag niyong i-discriminate ang mga Asiano, especially Chinese, dahil
just treat them fairly.
na natin silang mga kasama rito sa Amerika. Just for santo miski ako, hindi ako makapapayag na i-discriminate nila yung mga Chinese na kababait. Huwag ka na lang kumain. Kung natatakot ka na sila infected or whatever, huwag ka na lang kumain. Kumain ka sa Italian restaurant. Kumain ka sa Filipino restaurant. The Filipino restaurant right
but
here.
If that's the case, if we're gonna look at a worldwide scenario, then I'm gonna eat on a Chinese restaurant rather than eating in an Italian restaurant. You see the numbers of death and death toll in Italy compared to China.
No,
If we're going to,
I would rather, we have a different take on that. Kasi masyado ang naging exposure ng Chinese dito na ipinakikita sa telebisyon na sila kumakain ng panike and all sorts of, wildlife at inilalagay talaga nila sa pagkain acceptable sa kanila. I hardly see any Italians here na, kumakain sila ng ahas, kumakain na, no.
is there really some
Italians
scientific findings?
Are highly respected here.
Uh-oh.
And you don't wanna, believe me, you don't wanna mess around with Italians.
Well, but my question is,
I mean,
is there really?
I'm just saying it.
I
I'm
understand.
just saying it.
I know that.
I have a lot of Italians. I live in a place where 90% are Italian.
Mm-mm. Well,
I'm buddy with them.
Okay.
And first of all, hindi sila sinanto ng administrasyon ni Trump.
Mm-mm.
Walang papasok ng mga taga-Italia muna dito sa Amerika dahil nga sa problema.
Mm-mm.
Hindi sa kumakain sila ron ng mga aswang at ng mga panike at ng mga kung ano-anong mga hayop doon, ng mga unggoy na kinakain talaga literally, including unggoy, kinakain sa China.
Lino, if you would remember, even the Filipinos do that. Even until now.
I know. You eat
Until
dogs
now.
there. Not you.
Of
But
course.
I'm familiar that, ang mga Pilipino kumakain ng aso, kumakain ng pusa, kumakain ng kung ano-ano.
Right.
Huwag nyo na pong gagawin yon. Makinig kayo sa akin, no? Huwag nyo nang gagawin yan sapagkat yun ang eventuality niyan.
But is there really?
Hindi ho kinakain yung mga yan.
Uh-huh.
Magkaroon kayo dyan ng ibang sakit na viruses na naman. Magkaroon na naman ng Nobel. Pag sinabing Nobel, bago na naman.
Right.
Kumain kayo ng regular.
Mm-mm.
Baboy or whatever. Tocino.
Is there really? Is there already like a scientific proof that bats really are the carrier of these?
Yes.
Really?
According to CDC, that's the reason why yun ang tinuunan ng mga researchers. The researchers were Chinese, which were trained by the CDC
So may had been
right
infected.
after the World War II, na magkaroon sila ron ng at least, pantipensa nila ron, panike.
May had been.
Yun ang ginawa nilang, i-weaponize nila yun. I-weaponize nila ang panike. Sapagkat ang panike, napakaruming hayop yan.
Well, if that's the
Napakaruming
case,
yan.
so I may have been infected by coronavirus then, because way back like 7 years ago,
Yeah.
I was eating bat in Palawan. I was there.
Oh my God! Good thing you weren't.
And I'm still alive and kicking, getting bigger. In actually,
Yeah.
not getting thinner
Pag sinabi
anymore.
mong weaponize, iba na yun. Meron ng halong yun. Meron ng halong kung anong pambuksa ng tao yun.
So they were biologically engineered.
I would suggest, don't eat anything of that sort. Yung mga wildlife na yan, wag kayong kakain yung mga ganyan. I cannot even, imagine how could people
Pero
eat
Don Lino,
dog.
ang sarap kaya ng pritong palaka galing sa bukid.
Well, I myself, I was a little boy because we have a piece of land there, the Ilocanos.
Right?
Whenever they go to Ilocos, they come back and say, "Oh, Dino, come on in, taste this." I said, "What is that?" Frogs, palaka.
Right.
Bang, kaganda. Parang tinola, tinikman ko. Oh, tastes good. I was
Especially
10
when you
years
fry
old.
it.
What the hell do I know at 10 years old?
But nothing
But it
happened to you.
tasted good.
But look at that. You're still alive and you're there in
But for
America.
me to eat pusa, kukulatain ko ng barel, which I did. Really, I don't wanna tell that story. Very quickly, meron ako talagang ginanon dyan
Anyway.
sa Pasay na nagluluto ng pusa gusto tikman namin dahil galing kami sa simbang gabi, nung nalaman ko na gusto kami pakanin ng pusa dahil yung mga standby na yun mahilig magbiro, piniro ko rin siya. Sabi
Anyway,
ko,
but
ako naman na magbibiro sa'yo. Kako. I was, we carry firearms in Pasay because the mayor is related to us. Not because we are, I was 18 years old at the time. So I was carrying it. I put one bullet in the chamber and I squeezed that in his head. And then hanggang kinakalabit ko yung alam niya umiikot yung bala.
So that was a
Sabi ko
revolver.
How do you feel? Pakakanin mo ko ng pusa? USOB, you. Magmula noon, hindi na sila kumain ng pusa ron. Alam nila na galit kami magpipinsan doon sa ganon. Kakainin pusa. Yung aso. Before we say goodbye to come back next week. Aso. Ewan ko kung inabot mo yung lassie. Noong panahon ng 1960s, merong palabas sa television dito sa Amerika, lassie. Ganda-gandang aso noon. Ganun-ganun yung aso nung kapitbahay doon na
Niluto.
mga taga ron sa isang kalye ron. Biglang nawala. Kinain ng mga standby. Hinimatay yung may-ari. So I know that. People, the Philippines, come on. Dito sa Amerika. Dito, diyan, sa may South Jersey. Merong nahuli dyan ng pulis. Nagbalak na tumodas ng dog. Naku, wag kang gagalaw ng dog dito sa Amerika. Kulong ka.
Sigurado.
Dinampot sila. Mga Pilipino, dinampot lahat sila. Pinagbayad sila na, buti hindi sila kinulong. Pinagbayad sila ng malaking penalty. At any rate, abangan natin kung ano ang mga susunod na kabanata. At this coming Friday, by the way, is Good Friday, di ba?
Right.
At sa pagkikita natin,
It's gonna be Easter Sunday here. Easter Sunday here, and that's like a Black Saturday there.
Yeah. So we have a program.
Right.
Used to be walang programa. Dahil Sabado ang programa ko noon, dyan sa Pilipinas. Good Friday dito. Pero ngayon,
Black Saturday.
back. Yeah, we'll be back. And hopefully, wag naman sanang magkainitan ang Amerika at ang China dito sa nangyayaring, back and forth tungkol sa bakit gumawa ng kasinungalingan ang China tungkol dyan sa coronavirus na yan. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Ronnie, and say bye-bye muna rito. Looking forward to see you guys next week dito sa Pagkat Mahal Kita, Pilipinas. Go right ahead, Ronnie.
Well, thank you, Don Lino Celye, and of course, see you next Saturday
welcome,
there. And thank you again very much. Take care always, American Pinoy. Good morning and good evening. Meron mga karadyo, maraming salamat po. Sa kalat po ng inyong lagi nakakasama, Lourdes Escaros, ako po inyong pansamantalang nakasama with Don Lino Celye. Radyoman Ronnie Ramos po, sapagkat mahal kita, Pilipinas. Good morning.
Manila, I keep coming.
Pagdating sa pampublikong transportasyon at daloy ng goods. May point-to-point transportation para sa mga authorized employees tulad ng mga health workers. Para sa mga OFWs, maaaring magbigay ng transportasyon mula sa airport ang DOTR o OWA. Patuloy ang daloy ng air, land and sea cargoes. At hindi ito maaaring harangin sa mga port, expressway or highway. Pinahihintulutan ang paglalakad o pagbibisikleta sa panahong ito na suspendido ang lahat ng public transport.
Newsbreak. Bayanihan laban sa COVID-19. Update.
Tutol ang Department of Health na luwagan ng mga hakbang na isinasagawa ng pamahalaan laban sa COVID-19. Sa isang panayam, iginiit ni DOH Secretary Francisco Duco III na dapat mapanatili ang enhanced community quarantine para masigurong makukontrol ang pagkalat ng virus. Inihalimbawa nito ang China kung saan tumagal ang lockdown ng 55 araw. Ayon pa sa kalihim, kailangan nila makapagsagawa ng mas maraming testing para makita ang totoong sitwasyon ng bansa sa gitna ng banta ng COVID-19. Target ng DOH na makapagsagawa ng 8,000 hanggang 10,000 tests on COVID-19 hanggang sa katapusan ng Abril. Sa ngayon, pinag-aaralan pa ng Interagency Task Force ang posibleng pag-alis o pagpapalawig ng ECQ na magtatapos sa April 14.
Bayanihan laban sa COVID-19. Update.
Sweldo ng mga opisyal ng lokal na pamahalaan ng Maynila ngayong buwan i-donate sa PGH o Philippine General Hospital. Kasama natin sa balita, Dzxl Regiment 11, Eman Mortega.
Bayanihan laban sa COVID-19. Update.
Eman? Regiment Eman? Regiment Eman?
Bayanihan laban sa COVID-19. Update.
Babalikan natin si Dzxl Regiment 11 Eman Mortega, samantala mga pedicab, tricycle at e-truck driver sa Valenzuela City na hindi makakapag-renew ng rehistro dahil sa enhanced community quarantine, hindi pagmumultahin. Kasama natin sa balita, Dzxl Regiment 3 Silvestre Labay.
Bayanihan laban sa COVID-19. Update.
Wala nang dapat na ipangamba ang mga driver at may-ari ng public tricycle, pedicab at e-trike sa Valenzuela City na mapapatawan ng multa dahil hindi makapag-renew ng kanilang mga permits. Nagpasa ng kanilang tatlong ordinansya ang pamalang lokal na nagtatanggal ng penalties at surcharges para sa late renewal ng registration at iba pang permits ng mga pedicab, tricycles at e-trikes. Ginawa ito ng pamalang lungsod, bunsod na rin ang umiiral na enhanced community quarantine sa Luzon dahil sa coronavirus o COVID-19 pandemic. Nakapalo sa mga ordinansa ang pagbigay sa mga driver, owners at operators ng 30 araw pagkatapos ng enhanced community quarantine para iproseso ang requirements sa renewal ng kanilang motor vehicles. Saklaw ng amnestiya ang lahat ng renewal mula sa Marso hanggang sa matapos ang enhanced community quarantine. Kasama mo sa Valenzuela City, Regiment 3, Silvestre Labay, Tatak RML, Dzxl 558.
Bayanihan laban sa COVID-19. Update.
Balikan natin si Dzxl Regiment 11 Eman Mortega kung kaugnay sa sweldo ng mga opisyal ng lokal na pamahalaan ng Maynila ngayong buwan na i-donate sa PGH. Eman?
Bilang tugon para tuluyang mapigil ang pagkalat ng coronavirus sa COVID-19, handa ang lahat ng opisyal ng lokal na pamahalaan ng Maynila na ibigay ang kanilang sweldo ngayong buwan ng Abril. Partikular na i-donate nila Manila Mayor Isko Moreno, Vice Mayor Hani Lacuna at lahat ng City Councilor ang kanilang sweldo sa Philippine General Hospital o PGH. Kaabot sa kabuuang 4.7 million piso ang sweldo ng lahat ng opisyal kung saan ayon kay Yorme, malaking tulong ito para sa pagpapalakas ng kakayahan ng mga frontliners sa healthcare sector para laban ang outbreak ng COVID-19. Matatandaan na ang PGH ay isa sa mga referral hospital na nirekomenda ng Department of Health o DOH kung saan tumatanggap na sila mga pasyente positibo ng COVID-19 maging ang mga person under investigation. Samantala, umaabot na sa 156 ang kumpirmadong kaso ng COVID-19 sa lungsod ng Maynila habang nasa 375 ang person under investigation. Nasa 25 naman ang nasawi dahil sa COVID-19 at 14 na ang nakaka-recover sa naturang sakit. Kasama mo sa lungsod ng Maynila, Radyoman 11 Eman Mortega, Tatak RMN, Dzxl 558.
Bayanihan laban sa COVID-19. Update.
At kaso ng COVID-19 sa San Juan City na dagdagan ng 3, isa namatay. Kasama natin sa balita, Dzxl Regiment 12 ng Altalakay.
Bayanihan laban sa COVID-19. Update.
kinumpirma ng City Health Office, sa CHO ng San Juan City na umabot na sa 126 na bilang ng kaso ng coronavirus disease 2019 o COVID-19, kung saan kahapon ang pinakabagong 3 kaso ang naidagdag. Maliban dito, isa pang pasyente ng nasabing virus na binawian ng buhay bilang pang-4 na nasawi sa lungsod ng dahil sa COVID-19. Nasa 174 ang bagong bilang ng person under investigation at 446 naman ang person under monitoring. Dahil dito patuloy ang pagtaas ng
Bayanihan laban sa COVID-19. DCXL 558 Radyo Trabaho Special Coverage.
At yan mga karadyo, kalipunan ng mga balita ngayong oras na ito. Sa kanan po ng inyong madalas na tagapagbalita. Ako po inyong nakasama, Radyoman Ronnie Ramos sa DCXL 558 Tatak RMN. Oras alas 11:20.
One day, isang araw.